Hey, you all. I know it has been a few minutes or few weeks since I have been here doing one of these read throughs. Got a little busy, but we are back. I'm going to be doing chapter 12 of Ichi the Witch, a little read through discussion, if I may say. This mic right here doesn't really work. I have a actual mic like right in front of me. Can you see it right there? But hey, it doesn't really matter. But we're on the 12th chapter, or the 12th hunt, the Kindake Majik. Starting off here with a nice big old mushroom here. It looks like it is growing and taking over the town bit by bit, just looming over the town. I wonder if they are edible. They would be tasty, saute one of those up, put them right next to a good old steak, or if they're not edible, yeah, we can skip that. It goes to the townspeople. Giant mushrooms silently appeared in the forest. There are more and more of them by day. They grow so big they knock down the trees and they spread weird spores everywhere. Downwards here is the townfolk yelling. Giant mushrooms suddenly appeared in the forest. There are more and more of them by the day. They grow so big they knock down the trees and they spread weird spores everywhere. At the rate they're growing, they'll overwhelm the town. The guy villager, please save our town before they're crushed by enormous mushrooms. Lady Witch, of course, on my name as Toga Ice, the Silver Snow Witch. I vow to. Whoa! Man, Togi's determined to get this. He's trying to take this from Ichi. She wants him in the academy so bad so she can prove her point. I don't think it's gonna work, man. I just don't think it's gonna work. Giant mushrooms! Dude, Ichi is completely enamored by the giant mushrooms here. This is most definitely new to him, considering he's from a foresty town here. And this is not something that you see most often. These most definitely are some mushrooms made by magic, or they're getting some nutrients from the soil. He continues. Think they're fly argyrics. Amadida Caesar Odes, maybe? Boy, how many people could the cap or stem of just one of them feed? Hey, Kamugi, do you like your mushrooms grilled or sauteed? We've got some great mushrooms to harvest. Hey, I guess I was right. You could probably saute some of these guys up, cook them up. Ach, Ichi, that's dangerous. Should have gotten a child harness. Blizzard blows Regina. Togi Ice. I guess it's Togi Ice casts a spell on Ichi, picking him up in the air. It's like, looks like there's like ice surrounding him, kind of like glossily around him. It's like it's like a little like an ice whirlwind pulling him from the roof of the building, because he was standing on top of a roof. I didn't mention that, but he was standing on top of the roof of a building. He climbed up there. The guy's pretty nimble, pretty athletic, I guess you could say. That's quite the excessive confidence, Ichi the Witch. Togi Ice is a hater, man. Hating. Always hating. She's determined to get this man away from Discaris and under her thumb. She wants this man working with her. She wants him to be a nerd, or at least kicked out, probably. But how would they deal with that? He has magics. I guess they would just imprison him or kill him or something. I don't know. Give him the old Itadori treatment. The more of you I see, the more I know I'm right. Someone as crude and lackadaisical as you, a public face of Mantinel? No, utterly unacceptable. You are aware that this is a contest, correct? So Ichi just kind of hopped back on his feet nonchalantly, and Togias kind of just like face palms as she says that. He's looking down on my boy Ichi. She's most definitely underestimating him. Which, when you underestimate folk, that's when you're going to get caught up in your own trap. Should you somehow manage to acquire that mushroom magic before you will be announced to the world as the first male witch. Man, Togi, you would hate that, wouldn't you? You'd hate that, wouldn't you now? You'd hate that. Cause you all about the rules, the order of things here. Not the way things should be done as they should be felt. You killing all the fun, baby. You killing all the fun, baby. And as a member of the Mantinel Witches Association, however, if I acquire the magic first, she gives him a nice little glare, you will promptly be transferred into the association school, the Mantinel Magic School for Girls, and registered as its research registered at its research facility. Your future is riding on this contest. Are you prepared to handle it? She stares intently at Ichi. He looks back, equally as strong. Doesn't say anything right now. News to me. Oh, yeah, I guess. No one told him. He's kind of shocked to look in this next panel here. All I heard was that we were hunting giant mushrooms. I see. Someone forgot to tell me the details. He looked a little disappointed at Discars. She kind of glossed over this, I guess. I figured it'd be quicker to come here and show you instead of telling. And Discars, you something else, man. I guess they a perfect match for each other. Togi interrupts. By the way, once you're transferred into the school, I will personally oversee your education. I'll spend 12 hours a day, every day, hammering the basics of spell casting, magic history, and all the other essential subjects into your head. In 3 years, you should be a perfectly respectable witch. Ichi, he kind of didn't like that. He looked like it was draining the fun out of him. Yeah, most definitely. I ain't one for school, so I understand how he feels about that one. He responds. He goes, "But when I'll go hunting?" And she says, "You won't." Ishi, "You won't." "I refuse." He's super mad here. "I have full confidence in my ability to sit still for 5 minutes straight. Feral children belong in the woods." Yeah, he's definitely not meant for school. Discara says, "So you're aware you're feral, and Kamugi will teach me magic." And he says back, "And Kamugi will teach me magic. I don't need you." She's like, "I will." Back to Togi here. Man, they're a funny bunch. I like the three here. I hope he does. Hope he does get to stick with him, because I don't want him. I don't want a squad shift right now. I like Ichi with Kamugi and Discars right now. They're pretty funny. They're a good match for each other. Togi continues. "Then let's settle things, shall we? Advice and assistance from team members is permissible. Discars will be allowed to advise, but that's it. The only ones allowed to acquire the magics are yourself or I. Is this acceptable?" He says, "Yeah." "Enjoy your last days of freedom. I'll prove to everyone just how lacking you are as a witch. Let's go." Yeah, she seems overly confident in herself. Discard says, "Togi Ice, the mushrooms aren't over there." Yeah, she was heading the wrong way. She's as bad as Zoro. She goes, "Let's go." Again, yes, heading in a different direction. Like nothing even happened. Superbly done, Lady Togi Ice. Sorry, it was a little small, couldn't see with my bad eyes. Yeah. She's still as bad with directions as she was in school. Man, I guess Discars and Toge Ice have a little history. How could she not see the giant mushrooms? They're right there. Yeah, that is a little something. Kamugi goes to Kamugi here. But what we're going to do, Ichi? I mean, challenging Master Togeis to of all people. Man, Ichi don't look bothered at all about this. He looks sharply, like my eyes, at the into his past. Hunting is typically a one-on-one match between hunter and prey, but it's not unusual for two hunters to target the same prey. If death for death is fulfilled, kind of shows him, fighting against a wolf for a rabbit. Ooh, he killed the wolf. Then the other hunter becomes the hunted, that's all. I will not be outdone on a hunt. Ooh, there's spicy words from my man here. He says weird. Kamugi's she gulps and she's like, weird. All of a sudden, a part of me feels really bad for Lady Toge Ice. Ichi grins. Besides, I'm an expert at mushroom hunting. You'd better give this your all. Prove that you're an outside dog, not an inside one. A what? Yeah, they're giving this guy Ichi a lot of trouble, man. But I think it's warranted. He's cool though. He's cool though. We're gonna get this over. We're gonna get this over and done with, so I can make Miss Big Mouth McCletsy Ice kneel. The scar looks like she's super mad at old Togi. And don't forget me. Ichi looked like he was lagging behind. This figure passes by him and kind of outlined it a little bit. Ooh. Yeah. Ichi pauses, and you hear like the guy has like a staff and it like chings. Ichi turns around because it has like a side by side, like real close up on his face, and has like the guy behind him, and then he's like, "Whoa," over his shoulder, and then the guy looks back, has like the close up on his eye, and then it shows a full body. You're like, "Oh, who's this guy right here? He most definitely look a little mysterious. He look like he ain't around from these parts. He got a whole new getup." Especially since these two noticed each other. Then you know something's up right here. Boogie goes, "Ichi, what's wrong? Aren't you coming?" Ichi turns back towards Kamugi, kind of, gathering his attention. And he's like, kind of shook, looks like a little bit. Most definitely felt something here. That I don't think these other folk would have noticed unless, they were a hunter. I'm sure if they were hunters, they would be about that. He's like, "Yeah." He kind of turns back his shoulder back over, kind of confused, looking into the crowd. But the person he was looking for is gone. Just mysteriously disappeared, or I guess they just kept walking forward into the crowd as, swallowed by the crowd so he wouldn't be able to see them. Hoitaka Forest. We got more mushrooms here. It's like, well, looks like we're up against another gaudy Majik. And she isn't exactly trying to be subtle either. Oh, the ice is all frozen here. Looks like Togi's just kind of freezing and going as fast as he can. Togi used her magic to make a wall of ice blocking off the town. Okay, that's good. The mushroom's reproduction has slowed down at least. Bet she plans to freeze them all solid and get the magic from there. Delineating a field of battle is a basic tenet of magic hunting. That's Master Togi for you. She knows her magic. She's probably headed deeper in. You think you might as well announce yourself too? "I'm Ichi the Witch!" he shouts in his head. Don't tell me introductions really are necessary every time. If it hasn't shown itself after all this fuss, it's probably one of those timid ones. You see, there's a little close up on Kamugi, and there's this little mushroom buddy on her shoulder. She kind of like slashes him off and he jumps away. I guess that's the magic. "Don't surprise me like that," he says. The little magic says. "The way you were just standing there made me think you were a tree. I had no idea you were a human. Let me guess, you're witches." This guy looks funny. "How dare you freeze so many of my mushrooms? What do you want?" "We're here to hunt you." "Me? Oh, I see. It's that time already, huh? Then that means you three are big fans of mine." She responds, "No, we're the exterminators." He looks confused. "Exterminators? Well, yeah, smothering a forest in mushrooms, especially this close to a town, is a big pain in the butt. That's a human hater magic thing to do." "A human hater? Me? Why, are you listening at all? How can you not get it? But they're mushrooms. What's wrong with there being more mushrooms around? Every living creature adores mushrooms, right? They're worshipped as gods. Doesn't everybody offer up the holy ritual mushroomy shroom dance at least once a week?" "Nah, brother, I don't know who you been hanging around and who been taking them type of shrooms, but I don't think we be doing that once a week at least. Maybe if there's some sort of shamanistic, group, they may do a little bit of that, but buddy, I think you're in the wrong universe, or you're in the wrong part of town, because these people right here, they ain't about that mushroom life like that right now, buddy." "That makes no sense," Kamugi goes. Discars follows. "Shroomy shroom dance." Ichi ends. "Sounds fun." "I bet it does sound fun, buddy. You probably taken a few of them, haven't you?" Discars follows from him. "Anyway, you're a nuisance, so we're acquiring you." What? I had no idea that mushrooms were so unloved." "That does it. If you don't love me, then I'll make you all into mycelium mats." "Okay, buddy. You didn't have to do all that, buddy. You didn't have to go all weird like that." "I am the Kindred Majik. For my trial, you must cut the stem and harvest me. That's if you can catch me. I'm gonna run, turning people and animals into mats and spreading mushrooms everywhere I go. Anyone who doesn't worship mushrooms doesn't deserve to live. It ran into the mushroom forest, so we have to look for it now. That little thing and all those mushrooms. Yeah, man, look like they got him on this one right here. It's kind of cool though. I'm glad Ichi got caught up on the whole contest type thing, because they did kind of leave him out there in the dirt. Didn't even really tell him what he needed to do. But it probably is best for him to go out there and just hunt the magic, especially since he was able to successfully hunt the Hisami magic way faster than most witches, and way faster than other witches, considering they were saying that he's able to acquire 3 witches within like a few weeks, whereas it takes months or even years for most witches to acquire their magics. So, probably telling him, hey, go out there and catch a mushroom magic, he probably would have been like, all right, let me go cut it. Let me go get it. You know what I'm saying? Let me go get this guy. Whereas everybody else would try to do 500 different things and cause the magic to kind of like leave and go to a different town. It is pretty nice. And it's kind of cool that they were able to run into the magic so early in this exploration, especially since they weren't even the ones, freezing it or doing any damage to the mushroom at all. It's quite interesting. So we'll see. They probably will have Ichi tell them how to get into the forest ahead, because he said he was able to hunt He was able to hunt mushrooms before, so that might give him an edge, because like since the magic is controlling mushrooms and he knows how to hunt mushrooms, there's probably something that like most people wouldn't think about. Like there could be like poisonous mushrooms in there, spores and stuff to worry about, like different effects from the mushrooms that go on, and he may know how to protect himself from that in a way that allows him to hunt it more effectively. Because like if the goal is to cut the stem of the mushroom and get out, then freezing the all the mushrooms may not be effective, especially if the mushroom finds a way to kind of like bury under the ground and get out of the ice wall you created, because there are mushrooms that know how to get underground, and they evolve, or he gets like, he just changes the landscape to a point where you can't freeze him to cut him. Then you kind of lose that chance. Whereas if you're able to protect yourself against the environment he creates and goes in after him, I think that'd be pretty cool to kind of see. I really do like this setup. I like this group with Kamugi, Discaris, and Ichi. I hope that they win and Togi has to kick rocks, get them out of there. But this has been chapter 12, kind of me reading through it and kind of giving my vibe about what's going on as it's happening. Oh, I will say, if he does lose, it it will be interesting to see how he does operate through the school, because it'll be interesting to see how the other witches interact with him, especially him being the only guy in the association. And that'd be a chapter. But we won't know until we get there. We're still on chapter 12. I know there are a few more chapters out there that we have to read. I've been enjoying taking my time and doing these read throughs. It's been nice and fun. And I hope you guys enjoy them too. I'll see y'all. Peace out.